All right. So, BrianGrazer back in studio. Made up movie. The rules are we get the title and then we build the movie around the title. Mm-hmm. We'll hop online.
Intro.
Oh, we have an intro.
This fall,
Woo!
Adam Carolla finds love.
Shut that yitty mouth.
Made up movie.
All right. Thank God we did that. Alan, 31, Phoenix.
Yeah, so I had an idea for a movie title. It was No More Talking.
No More Talking. Brian, you have thoughts?
I have a place to start. You guys have to build this out. But Mr. Grazer, think about this. We need to get someone, I was going to say talk show host, but it needs to be a podcast host. That's the era we're living in, right? Mm-hmm. So like Christian Bale or someone, Matt Damon maybe, somebody who can really stretch and play annoying. He's like a right-wing, like talk show host. He has a podcast. He's racially insensitive. Maybe he's insulting, certain groups. Mm-hmm. And, a very hot young actress, Awkwafina. She's a lesbian. She's in PETA. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
She's vegan.
She's woke.
She does not like this Christian Bale character, whoever this is. You know what I mean? She finds out where he records from, takes him hostage. Kind of like an Airheads, kind of like what's the talk radio situation?
No More Talking. Yeah,
No More Talking.
Yeah,
she's like now we're going to talk about things I want to talk about.
So it's a cultural, a sort of nod to where we're at culturally.
Yeah, we're
the silencing and
that's right.
The takeover.
And this guy does Twitter. He's always on Fox News or whatever. He's on Twitter. He's riling everyone up.
He's getting his
She can't handle it.
Yeah.
She goes to all her meetings and they're always talking about him. Just see what so and so said.
I'm sure love is found at some point.
Maybe with an assistant. I don't know if between them. That might be tough.
It's always got to be between them.
Well, then maybe we can go age appropriate, like a Jesse Eisenberg, because maybe he's like he's got a punchable face.
Right. Brian, what do you think? Any thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's a great idea, but I probably would go Johnny Depp right now.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He's got a lot more tattoos than Christian Bale, and with all those tattoos, he is going to be able to. He's got a reason to be anonymous. He's got a reason to hide out and be like this singular entity in this odd place.
Can we
just off the coast of Fiji?
Right.
Let me feed this one in a little bit.
Please.
He was a former sort of left-leaning Air America kind of guy who couldn't get any traction. So he put on this persona of a kind of a Ben Shapiro, Rush Limbaugh, and all of a sudden he blew up. Now he meets this woman who he does share politics with in reality, but
she hates him.
She hates him, but he can't let his guard down. He can't be revealed as the hard left guy who was sort of stumbling around Air America, never gig to gig, never, because it's
a you've got mail situation. They're made for each other, but she doesn't know it.
Because they can't, it has been tried a number of times as sort of left-leaning talk radio, and it doesn't really work. It's all the Sean Hannitys that work. It's the harder right stuff that works. So he realized at a certain point he wants to cash a check.
That's right.
And he turns into a caricature of the hard right-leaning guy. But and he can't be exposed, revealed to
kind
her.
of a Ripley's Believe It or Not or something.
Yes.
Right? Or what is it? Talented Mr. Ripley.
Oh, yes.
Talented Mr. Ripley.
I was thinking Matt Damon
becomes kind of like that, right?
Yep.
Now, you brought up Bale and Damon. I'm excited about this Ford v. Ferrari movie. I know you guys have
that sounds good.
Rush, which I loved Rush.
Oh, thanks.
What do you know about the Ford versus Ferrari stuff? It's coming out pretty soon.
I do, yeah. I don't know much about it, although I think I can get it because a friend of mine at Disney now inherited it. But I'm guessing it's going to be really good.
Yeah,
I'm very interested. By the way, I saw your documentary where you had it was with Paul Newman.
Good. Yeah,
I remember getting it, and I gave it to Tom Cruise.
Really? Tell
That's
Tom
unheard,
I have his racing suit and his helmet from when he raced with Newman back then. Oh, I'm glad you saw it.
Yeah, I did. So, where are we now in the story?
All right, hold on.
Well,
a second.
this is a go picture.
This is all right.
Oh, this is a real movie now.
So he basically we have that whole scene where he kind of looks like Mark Maron with like the soul patch and the glasses, and he starts shaving it off, and he starts doing it off. We see him putting the American flag lapel on his thing. You see those weird, stupid hippie bead bracelets, whatever the stupid bead bracelets, the wooden bracelets all coming on, and the Rolex, the gold Rolex goes on.
Different colored cups.
Yeah, it's a whole montage scene where he's and at the end we get the whole look at him with the hair, the pomade, and the hair,
strong jaw,
strong jaw,
bow tie.
Yes,
it's good.
Yes.
Maybe challenges like he does a rap battle with Kanye. He does one of these kinds of things.
I didn't see it going that direction.
See it going that way.
I think he does a rap battle, with Kanye because he feels like now they're both vying for, our president's point of view and trust. And
Wow.
Can you get Kanye?
You have that kind of juice?
Oh, I think I could. I could get him.
You could get Kanye?
Yeah, I could
Big
get
deal.
him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I've known Kanye a long time, so we could get him in this thing. And I think two rappers fighting it out, but they're, instead of being liberal guys, the guys from Atlanta and all that, these guys are real. They play the hard right, as you said, and they weaponize.
Do we see a role in here for Cruz? I mean, we've already established he's a big fan of mine after you handing him the
He could
Newman
do like
doc.
a Les Grossman thing from Tropic Thunder.
That's what I'm thinking about.
I think there's a role for Cruz. I mean, he's come back very strong with this most recent Mission Impossible.
Kind of a Roger Ailes kind of a thing where we put him in a big fat suit and stuff. We really go against type. Something he can really sink his teeth into.
Then he fights Russell Crowe. Those two guys would be badass.
We get Crowe in there. Yeah, we get
I'm loving where this picture's going.
Tell Cruz uncredited. Like people are going to be talking.
I think we get our friend Ari Emanuel, who owns the UFC, and puts these guys in the ring.
Yes.
It's good.
Why not?
Yes.
Forget about Justin Bieber and Tom Cruise. I think Russell Crowe and Tom Cruise.
A lot of promo around this
Bieber's
movie.
been challenging Tom Cruise to a UFC fight.
Yeah.
I wonder if he ever saw my doc.
Bieber? Why would he see it?
All right. You want to try another one?
That was good.
Yeah.
Gina, you got thoughts about line 6?
Yeah, I think so. Mr. Grazer, you obviously do pieces that are sort of epic and sweeping and sort of think pieces.
Let's hear it from the guy.
This might not be. Oh, I'm sorry. Please.
Price?
Yeah, Price.
Yes. What is your title?
My title is Think Tank.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it seems like something that could be heady, but why go that direction? I'm thinking screwball comedy. This is a girl who is a swimsuit model, very vapid, always got by on her looks, still kind of just doing that thing. Yeah. But she's finally getting to the point where she's sick of being disrespected. She's sick of just being loved for her body, and she can't take it anymore. She's not very smart. She's taken night courses. They're not taking. Everybody kind of makes fun of her for being stupid. But one day she goes to a photo shoot. She sees a tank top. She puts it on. Suddenly, she's a genius IQ. This tank top, this think tank, becomes this sort of superhero cape for her.
Jason in his multicolored rainbow sherbet
Joseph
shirt.
in his amazing Technicolor dream
I'm not
coat.
gay. I don't know.
But I think what happens is...
So there's magic in the tank.
There's magic in the tank, the think tank.
Oh, so it's like the mask.
Yes.
Like the female mask.
Yes, now she's a genius.
That's a real movie. That's a good movie. People would pay for that movie.
Thank
that's a
you.
theatrical.
You can have that, Mr. Grazer.
It's not a streamer. That's a theatrical release.
It's a wide release.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man, that's IMAX.
Remember Weird Science?
Yeah.
Oh, Kelly LeBrock.
Weird Science meets the Mask.
Yes.
It's Jason in his Technicolor multi-coat there. Yeah. Yeah, she puts it on, and she all of a sudden she says, indubitably. Like right when she puts on, she doesn't even know what that meant.
Flowers for Algernon.
Right.
Maybe a Margot Robbie or someone is so stunning.
Margot Robbie's right. That's
like looking at the sun.
That's it.
Yeah.
Right. Now.
All girls like to be
I feel
smart.
good about it.
Yeah.
Now, what about her man? What about the relationship?
She outgrows him almost instantly, and she goes for the nerd type, right?
Right, because
the
she's
brainiac.
now all of a sudden she's attracted to the intellect.
Exactly. She's evolved in other ways.
So we have Hemsworth.
And she's kicked him to the curb.
She's kicked him to the curb.
Maybe you go to John Malkovich.
Oh, an older guy.
Yeah, older guy, John Malkovich.
Yeah.
He knows how to he sips those espressos, and
You know Malkovich?
I have had a espresso with him. Actually, had a drink with him at the Chateau Marmont. That all makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
it all
I can
lines up
picture you
tonally.
two there.
It's the best Mad Lib ever.
Can Chris Pratt put the weight back on and be like a high school teacher or something, a professor?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
Chris puts the weight on, and she's attracted to this guy.
The underdog.
Right.
I
He
like
was
that.
teaching the night classes at the community college.
And he believed in her, even though she just wasn't getting it when she was taking these night courses.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I like
but
it.
now what? Ooh.
Now Jonah
Speaking
Hill,
of-
Jonah Hill slips into this.
You know Jonah?
Yeah, know him. I do.
I'm just going to keep asking every time I bring someone's name up. At some point, somewhere around end of Act 2, things are going pretty good. And she's smart.
Top of the world.
She just did a move where she performed like an emergency tracheotomy on somebody with a ballpoint pen. And everyone's like, how do you even know how to do that? The young
saw
kid's
MacGyver.
choking.
Yeah.
She just did it all.
Saved his life.
They're celebrating. She hoists the champagne. Someone hits her arm. It spills on the tank top, and we see it start to short out. We see that we do it in post. We do it in post.
Yeah.
You know, it starts to goes, and all of a sudden, it's like she's not as smart
Right.
anymore.
And you're like, give the
Mask comes
toast,
off.
Margot. Give the toast. You're like,
you guys,
to you all and to me.
I mean,
right? She's back to dumb, and it's like, oh my god, my
I think I hear my pies burning.
Wow, it's like
But
the
she
mask.
learns through the love
Yeah.
with Chris
Yeah.
that she actually had it in her all the time.
Yeah, she was
And
at
he
least
brings
100
it out.
IQ.
There's a montage where they're going over calculus.
Yes.
And she's drawing on the chalkboard and shaking his head.
Correcting his work.
Got a little nutty professor in that, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was in you all along.
Think
See?
tank.
Think tank.
Very much.
That's a real, by the way, that's a real movie. That'd be funny.
You know,
Thank you,
when you,
Mr. Grazer.
when you said she reached for a tank top, I wasn't with you then that
I didn't either.
millisecond,
Yeah.
but once the magical powers of putting that thing on,
It all came together.
nice job.
Thank
All right,
you.
let's bring it home.
For your consideration. Made up movie.
Stupid.
News with Gina.
The news with Gina Grad.
Brian, I'll get you my next doc, which is the 24-hour war, which is Ford v. Ferrari, the real story about what went on over there at Le Mans, Europe, and how that battle really took place that the movie's about.
I'd
coming
love
up.
that.
I
Really?
think you'd like it.
Yeah, I would love it. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm fascinated with that.
It's a very interesting story because it's kind of David and Goliath, but David was the favorite. Ford was Goliath.
Oh.
Ferrari was David, but David won all the races and Ford didn't. So it's this weird thing of it's sort of in a weird way. It's kind of bombing of Pearl Harbor. It's like an awakening the sleeping giant. Like Ford wanted Ferrari. Ferrari insulted him and told him. Ferrari said, "Yeah, I'll sell you a Ferrari for like $16 million." Ford was like, "Good, I'll buy Ferrari, and then we'll start winning." And then he threw him out of his office, and he basically was using Ford because he wanted to get an offer from Fiat. And he wanted to keep it in Italy, but he was just sort of telling
Leveraging.
Ford, "I'll sell it to you," just to get some excitement going. And then he threw him out of his office. And then, like America, after Pearl Harbor, Ford went back to Dearborn and went, "Now it's war, and we have billions of dollars, and we're going to beat these guys." And that's basically that.
That's a
story.
great story.
And Ferrari was like a little boutique company. Like
You
they
think that's
didn't
what
have
this
any-
movie's about?
No.
No. Okay.
No, yeah, it is. That's the movie.
That is the movie.
Matt Damon
but you have
is
a
Carol-
documentary.
That sort of explains
preceded
the
or-
whole
Came
thing.
out a few years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get you that.
Okay, thanks.
Sure. You like Blu-ray?
Sure, but couldn't I just get it on a service or no?
I think you could.
Okay,
All right, we'll
We'll
work
make it
that
happen.
out.
let's work it out. Yeah, I want it though.
Well, Dave Chappelle's new comedy special, Sticks and Stones, just dropped on Netflix. And Dave had a few things to say about society, about celebrity cancel culture, when he kicked off by defending Michael Jackson, saying he doesn't believe Wade Robson and James Safechuck, the two accusers featured in the HBO documentary. He also goes on to do a few impressions, and one particular one seemed to catch the audience by surprise. And now, of course, everyone's using the word outrage and backlash and all this other crap. But this is one of the clips from the special.
I want to see if you can guess who it is I'm doing an impression of. All right, let me get into character. You got to guess who it is, though. Okay, here it goes. Hey, if you do anything wrong in your life, and I find out about it, I'm going to try to take everything away from you. And I don't care when I find out. Could be today, tomorrow, 15, 20 years from now. If I find out, you're fucking finished. Who's that? That's you.
Yeah, it's a good line.
That's what the audience sounds like to me. That's why I don't be coming out doing comedy all the time, because y'all niggas is the worst motherfuckers I've ever tried to entertain in my fucking life.
Yeah.
So you can imagine people had thoughts.
It's always funny if you go do a corporate gig and it's a convention for lawyers and you start going, all lawyers are pariahs who don't deserve to live. They'll start laughing and cheering, which is always weird when you direct it at them. I watched most of it. You know, what he does is he kind of says the thing that's shocking, and then he kind of doubles back with a joke on it, and then he kind of does a, did I just say that? And he makes it sort of work, even though he says the thing that upsets everybody.
So he comments upon comments upon comments on it.
Yeah, he does it. There's a way to do it where you say it, you shock everyone, and then you kind of deconstruct it a little bit. And it's also, he's Dave Chappelle. He gets a lot. I'm not sure Ron Howard could get away with that.
That same speech?
Look, he's black, so he's in a little bit of a he has intersectional world, and B, he's Dave Chappelle. You have to kind of earn your way to Dave Chappelle. And he's a comedian who's saying things that are edgy. And if you can laugh at him, you can laugh and disagree. There's nothing says you have to agree with comedians. You're allowed to just laugh at them. You don't have to go, I can laugh and be against molestation. I've got that kind of range as a human being.
I'm so evolved.
Doesn't mean it's an endorsement for anything. You're allowed to have a laugh about it. He did a joke, Max Zapata. He did two. He said, I'll do two impressions. Yeah. He did one before it, and I didn't get it. I didn't get the joke.
Yeah, let's play it. We can play it.
Did you get the joke?
I did get it.
What was? Oh, well, we'll play it.
Yeah.
I was confused about it. By the way, the 24-Hour War is up, and it's on Amazon Prime. Can you afford Amazon Prime?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'm just asking.
It could be north of like $4.99.
Yeah, it's not an insult. I know it's a write-off for you, but I'm just asking. Some people don't have the bread.
That's on the Imagine.
I don't want to assume you do. But you can afford it.
Yeah, I can afford it.
Okay, and it's a write-off.
So I'm going to take it.
Okay. Check it out on Amazon Prime. Beautiful. I'll give you a Blu-ray copy anyway. All right, here's he just said, I do two impressions, and this was the first one he did.
So in that spirit, tonight, I thought I'd start my show a little differently. Tonight, I'm going to do something that I'm not particularly good at, but that I like to do. Tonight, I'm going to try some impressions out. I only got two. All right, the first impression's kind of dumb, but I like it. This is my impression. You ready? This is my impression of the founding fathers of America when the Constitution was being written. You ready? Here it goes. Hurry up and finish that Constitution, nigger. I'm trying to get some sleep.
It's hilarious.
But what's he saying?
He said that the slave, they farmed out all of their work to the slaves, so why wouldn't they farm this out?
Oh, so the slaves did it. Okay.
Well, I think my understanding...
The problem is he uses nigga like for everyone a lot. So he does it white people, black people, and everyone else. So
you don't know he's talking about black people or just someone.
He throws the nigga thing out where he's like about the white chick too. So I'm not that's what screwed me up, I think.
He does have a pretty famous white guy voice, which he used in that. So it's like a white guy saying it to a slave.
So they farmed it out to the slaves. All right, now it's funny. It's the overuse of the nigga thing for white people or anybody that screwed me up a little.
Like now?
Yes.
See if we
You're
can
allowed
go
to
for
put
4.
an A on it. Come on.
You are?
All right. Yeah. Grandfathered
It's
in.
been decreed. The College Board, which
Like
runs...
BrianGrazer.
Yeah, BrianGrazer.
The College Board, which runs the SAT college admission test, dropped its plans for an adversity score. We had talked about that this was the new test that everyone's going to get. This is the new score you're going to get.
Grazer, please.
Factor it in.
Yes.
This was an idea of creating a score using a combination of factors like socioeconomic background and rural versus urban versus suburban, all the things of that nature.
Yes.
So the move was in response to pressure from parents and teachers who weren't happy about all the complex life factors being reflected in just this single number.
Well, it's always a bad idea. Here's the slippery slope of all of this shit, which is you start factoring in this person's has Cherokee heritage or made less than $42,000 a year, and people are going to start gaming the system immediately. People just like the stupid notes from their doctors and dogs on the plane. You know what I mean? Like your family, your couple, you make $81,000 a year. You start figuring out if you can get that number down. I mean, first off, it's all over the place. There's schools, like there's an elementary school. You're going to find out about this soon enough, Brian.
Tell me all about
There's an elementary school, I don't know, it's Carpenter, and it's over in Studio City. I don't know, maybe BrianGrazer went there back in the day. It's, it's
Riverside Drive.
off of Laurel Canyon and whatever. It's a good school. All right, there's a system where people are using addresses
Gotta be the
because
district.
the people that live in Hollywood don't want to send their kid to the crap school in Hollywood. They're like the good school, which is over there. So there's a whole cottage industry where like people are getting apartment addresses and they're like Russian kids are moving in the apartment. They're using the address of the apartment to be in the district of the way. We immediately go there. That's what we do. That's human nature. So you start laying out, well, your SAT scores won't be as high if you have some Puerto Rican blood, and people are going to start putting on accents real quick, and they're going to start finding out. And all it does is now you have to vet everybody. So now if you're Carpenter Avenue and some new student shows up, you got to go to their house and like find out where they live and go, are these your clothes and do you sleep here and everything else? There's not enough man hours for that. It's easy to look at an SAT score and go, the guy got 1,300. He's not getting in, or he is getting in. Right. You know what I mean? With the minute we start factoring in all the heritage and how much your parents made and all that kind of stuff, it just opens the door for everyone trying to game the system.
Well, it's called a standardized test. The test is the same for everyone.
Right.
You study for the same test. You take the same test, the same time limit, the same room with all these other people. For example, we don't make the test easier for dumb people. Like, you're dumb, you're not going to score as well, so let's make the question easier. No, it's a standardized test. Some people are going to score better, some people score worse.
Right, and I don't know, how broken was it? I mean, this notion...
It's not perfect, but it's a standardized test.
The thing about college is it's kind of like jobs. There's great jobs, and then there's McDonald's jobs. But you can go to McDonald's and get a job. You go to the junior college and take some courses.
Yeah, you got your USCs, you got your KUs.
If you like... I don't know, this notion that like everyone, it has to be accessible to everyone all the time. I think it's flawed. People should work for it.
Well, this system is going away. They're going to do something a little different, a different tool that assesses life factors, but it's going to be a separate score. It doesn't get factored into your overall testing. So I guess that is the compromise. Popeyes has been in the news a lot the last couple of days.
Let me
Grazer, please.
Come on.
Popeye says they have run out of chicken sandwiches in stores across the country this week, and they thought they ordered enough to keep them going through September. So this chicken joint shared this gut-wrenching news Tuesday. Everybody freaked out. They told TMZ they tried to forecast the demand, but people just went nuts for this. So apparently Popeye's chicken has never had a sandwich, just the chicken tenders or whatever. So then they just made a basic fried chicken sandwich with mayo and pickles and a bun, and people lost their minds. And then Chick-fil-A Chick-fil-A put out a little tweet kind of stepping to them, and then everybody loved the hype that was created.
Joke's on Chick-fil-A, though, right?
Yes, it is.
The other place sold out of the burgers.
Yes, it is. They said, like, don't forget about the original, chicken and pickles.
We forgot. That's why they sold out. We forgot about the original.
Not only are they sold out of the sandwich, but a lot of Popeyes locations are out of food because you're not just showing up and just getting the sandwich and leaving. Give me a couple tenders and fries while you're there. Whatever.
Does anyone? No one here knows.
I couldn't tell you, but I live close to one.
The staff here tried. Oh, that's not a good sign.
You know where I live.
Living next door to sexual predators and Popeyes. That's what you look for before you move. Before you sign that deeds. Yes, you want Vons, not Johns.
I live next to Johns.
You're buying cactus and
in that neighborhood now it's all Ukrainian.
Oh,
it's very fancy.
We'll investigate them. Staff tried to get lunch today. They tried to get the Popeyes.
This was last week, actually. We sent one guy. Everybody wanted at least one sandwich. Gabe went to the first Popeyes, totally sold out. Went to the second Popeyes. It was a 45-minute wait and a 4-sandwich limit per person.
It's insane for a chicken sandwich.
It's a mass-produced chicken sandwich.
Yeah,
we're
just
getting
a chicken
dumber.
Sandwich.
Okay.
It'll be back in stores soon, you rubes.
Also, that chicken sandwich has to have 500 more calories than an In-N-Out burger, right?
Oh, yeah. It's deeply breaded and fried. Yeah.
I imagine so.
All right.
So don't worry. I'll let you know when it's back.
Please.
Meanwhile, speaking of people going crazy, China's flagship Costco.
Hold on a second. Yeah. Popeyes doesn't seem to have any affiliation with Popeye the Sailor, right?
No.
And never any...
It's a Louisiana-based.
Yeah. Where did that come from? And
it's a great question. Is Popeye in the public domain at this point? BrianGrazer might know.
You know Popeye?
I know it all. I mean, I don't know it all, but I know what Popeye.
You had drinks at the Beverly Wilshire with Popeye?
Yeah. That's where I do it.
You're in the Grand Trinon.
I'm not sure
Trader
it's in public domain.
I miss Trader Vic.
Yeah.
What did it catch on fire?
No, I thought, didn't it close?
Trader Vic, it closed. Trader Vic's was the spot, though. That was the spot where everyone had all the affairs in the Beverly Hills area.
Where's the spot now? Where's the hot spot?
It's always been Shay J's on Ocean Avenue in Santa Monica.
That's good.
Oh, we wouldn't know.
What place? Where?
Called Shay J's.
Shay J's.
Shay J's has been around at least 50 years. And, I mean, every movie star has hidden out at Shay J's.
Okay.
That's
I
really
went
good to
there
know.
once for dinner.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah.
I have my recollection is they did that thing which I don't like, which is you make your reservation at 7 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
They're not ready for you. They go, well, perhaps you'd like to lounge in the bar. You go to the bar, and then you order a glass of Pinot, and then a half hour later, they bring you in to be seated, and they charge you $22 for the glass of Pinot. It's kind of like, hey, man, I was here. Yeah. You weren't ready for me. I went to the bar. You told me to go to the bar, and now you're just running it up. Yeah. Like, that one should be on the house.
I'm going on a limb here, and if it dies, we'll just move on. BrianGrazer, have you ever been to Dear John's in Culver City? It's an old Hollywood haunt. The reason I bring it up is it's hot again. No. It's like a hot spot.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
It's like a hot spot. I renovated.
Yeah, those places that transport you to some other world, I mean, old world, are the ones that are popular.
The red booths.
Well, what about the smokehouse over here? Right next to
around the corner.
Yeah, Toluca Lake. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We have the origins of Popeye chicken.
The restaurant's named after the detective Jimmy Popeye Doyle from the French Connection.
I did not see that coming.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
A white guy.
That's so
Gene
random.
Yeah.
Gene Hackman, French Connection.
Great movie.
Mm-hmm.
Anything to do with Cajun Creole culture?
Did you know that 7-Up, the beverage, is named after Roy Scheider's character in the movie The 7-Ups?
No.
I made that up.
That was good.
Pretty real,
but that's good, right?
That's why you do a show. That was very good.
Because that came out about the same time. It was another ensemble cop, street movie.
That's right.
It was called The 7-Ups, and I have no idea why it was called The 7-Ups, but Roy Scheider starred in it.
I have another semi-random question that's only appropriate for BrianGrazer.
Wow.
I'm a huge fan of Tom Hulce.
Yeah.
Where is it you worked with him in Parenthood is why I'm asking you.
Yeah,
where
Love
was he
that
retired?
movie.
He Oscar nominated for Amadeus.
Thank you. Thanks.
That movie is it's love and death. It's defending your life. It's like funny with tons of heart.
Hi, Gary.
I love that movie. Yeah.
Thanks. I think we're So Parenthood was the movie that you're talking about. I think 1989. We did a television series, and Leo DiCaprio was in it. You might know, and it never got picked up. And then later we thought we'd try it again, and it did get picked up. We went 100 episodes with it.
Congratulations!
And now we're thinking of doing it actually with Kevin Hart.
Wow.
Oh, really? That makes sense.
Parenthood.
He's got. Yeah.
Oh, Brian.
And what about...
Well, he's funny. He's got a lot of stories. He's great with stories.
Tom Hulce.
Tom Hulce, he, decades ago, moved to Seattle. And I don't know what he's doing in Seattle. I think he's doing plays or musicals, and I don't know what he does today, but...
He was white hot during that time.
He was white hot, and then he decided he wanted to get out of Hollywood, which isn't a bad idea, and he moved to Seattle.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe he's running Microsoft. I don't know.
That's possible. So China's flagship Costco outlet opened its doors Tuesday morning and shut them same day. This was in Shanghai. They closed several hours later after the store became mobbed, just absolutely swamped, people brawling over discounted items. I think we have a picture. Just like in America, some Chinese shoppers resorted to brawling over all this stuff, played tug of war with raw chicken. People were going out of their minds. Shoppers queued in checkout lines.
War with raw chicken.
That's how they do it.
They were waiting for half an hour. It's Shanghai. They were waiting for a half hour to check out. First warning. So the people who were in line started getting text messages warning them to avoid the store during peak hours. And then at 2, they said, just don't come.
This is a giant sort of cosmic societal rat trap, the Costco, which is like, hey, man, we got cheap. And we got abundant, and
bountiful,
we got bulk, and we got free samples. And it's like, it's the siren song for all the people at their worst. You know what I mean? It is our peanut butter.
It is.
It's them baiting the trap with peanut butter. It's like us going, what's that place? It's huge. What's it got in it? Savings. Also has free cheese. And you come in and you buy huge, big quantities of stuff that you can bear. You don't need and you can't even carry them, but you save. You save. And everyone's like, I'm coming.
You know what the worst part is? I think Chris can look this up. I think it's the illusion of savings, because I cannot imagine let's say, 24-pack of toilet paper at Costco is that much cheaper than a 24-pack that you get on Amazon for Subscribe and
You're
Save.
absolutely right.
And you have to pay a membership.
Yes.
And you have to drive there. And you have to park in the infernal parking lot and have to stand in line. And
Throw your hat on the ground next time you yell infernal.
But they have their own gas station.
But what I'm saying is the illusion of saving.
Yeah.
What are you saving?
Well, because
saving?
you think if you're buying 48 rolls of paper towels at the same time, you're getting a deal.
Well, you may technically save per unit, but when you buy like sink sponges in a 48 chub pack and you don't live to use your fourth, then you're bequeathing them to your children.
Yeah.
You're like, if you never really get to the bottom of this, 55-gallon drum of Laura Scudder's peanut butter,
you don't
then
make your money
did
back.
you really save? Like, you do save. Technically, one sponge would be cheaper at Costco than one sponge at the supermarket, whatever.
It's the challenge.
It's cheaper, but you buy so many, do you ever really save? And look, I get it. If you're running an institution or a food truck or something like that, so be it. But I think it basically just speaks to our foibles. It's basically saying, hey, America, we're going to bring out your worst. And China. Like, hey, all of society, we're going to speak to the scariest people on the planet and go, like, we're going to take the ugliest Americans and the ugliest world travelers now and go bulk, free cheese, savings, and then we'll put you in a place and you can duke it out. Thunderdome.
Yes, and it's not just food. They have mattresses, they have clothes, they have caskets.
It's good quality, but for
yes.
what?
Yeah.
They have everything.
Oh, I know they have caskets because after I paid $13,000 for my father-in-law's casket, someone just went to Costco and was like, same casket, $9.99.
Yeah.
I was like, really? I wish I was in that casket.
But you have to buy 5 of them.
My soul's in that
bulk. You have to bury the Partridge Family.
When your next family member dies, it's bittersweet because you have the casket.
You have the casket. All right, I know Mr. Grazer's got a hard out, so we're going to wrap it down. Why don't we bring it home, Gina Grad?
You got it. I'm Gina Grad, and that's the news.
Gina Grad. That was the news with Gina Grad.